Hello guys, it's really cool to be here at Gamescom and of course to have this brilliant opportunity to talk with you about your new games Call of Duty Ghosts. So let's start. A couple of days ago we heard that the PC version of the game is gonna be a little different from all others version of the Call of Duty Ghosts. Is the texture quality the main difference between the all of the version? Is you are bringing something completely other?
Well, I think the most important thing is that regardless of what system you play on, PC, console, PlayStation, the game itself is the same. We really want people to have that Call of Duty fast action, 60 frames a second, silky smooth control. So that's the important part. So regardless of what system you play on, you'll still have that core Call of Duty gameplay.
So let's talk a bit about the frame rate. Is there any limit for next gen consoles? 60 frame per second? It's really gonna be like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's our lowest, right? We never want it to go below 60. So I don't know if there's a max, but we're worried about making sure that it always has that smooth feeling and that smooth look. That's the important part.
Okay. Let's talk about numbers. We know that the pre-orders of Call of Duty Ghosts isn't so big like the pre-orders of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So what's the reason of this situation? Is this because of Battlefield 4 or maybe because of the premiere of next-gen console? Tell me.
I wish I had the answer to that, but I think the important thing this year is that there's so many new things. There's a lot of titles. There's the whole next gen. People are probably waiting. They haven't decided which generation system they want to buy, if at all. So I think that's part of it. But I'm not a business guy, so I don't have. I wish I did because I'd probably make a lot more money. But I don't have that answer. Sorry.
We already know that you are preparing some kind of bundle pack with Xbox One. So is there any possibility that you are going to bring something also for PS4 fans, for fans of the Sony? I mean, of course, not a bundle pack with the system, but maybe something else exclusively for PS4.
I can't even. I don't have that answer. I'm sorry.
So it's something.
I honestly, it's a business thing, so that's not my area of expertise. I wish I had that information, or if there is anything, I can't say.
Okay, so when we can expect the first big DLC for the game?
That's another thing we haven't really talked about yet. Right now we're focusing on just the whole idea of multiplayer and what we're bringing to the table that's new. So a little bit down the road we'll talk about all of our post-launch stuff.
But you are already known what you want to include in first DLC, maybe the second one?
Again, I can't really speak to that. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay, so could you tell us something new about the co-op mode? Because you thrown away the Spec Ops mode, and in exchange you are bringing the squad. What exactly is the squad, and what the gamers can do with this game mode?
Yeah, squads is it's more than just a mode. There's actually squads as a whole group of things, and one of the modes in squad is called Safeguard, and that's our really fully cooperative mode. And what that is, it's taken from the survival idea. It's sort of started there, but we've spent a lot of time really making the bots as human as we can. So we have this whole idea of you and your buddies can jump in and you play this round-based survival utilizing these brand new really detailed bots. So you can play from recruit level, which is very easy, and they play like new players. They really do. They don't use...
That's not fun.
Well, right, but it's a great way to learn. So you can start there all the way up to the really veteran players. And we really looked at, the hardcore players and the pro players. So you'll have jump shotting and drop shotting and corner camping. So the bots, we really went out of our way to really try to make them as smart and humanistic as possible. So that's one part of this. Now, squads in general is when you first get into multiplayer and you make your character, you make an actual soldier. and that soldier, you give him, or her, you give them their loadout, you give them their weapons, you give them their gear, and then they become part of your squad. And you can have 10 soldiers, so you can choose 6 of them to be in your squad. And you can go and, like, let's say you're not even online. I could challenge your characters to a fight. I could. So there's, squad versus squad. There's you and I could be on a team fighting against our bots, things like that.
So could you tell me what's the number of players that can be involved in one game? I mean, in squad, because I heard maybe 6 players in one team.
Yeah, the way we're doing it is it's just like a regular game lobby where there's 6 players against, you could do different types, but let's say 6 players against 6 bots. Or you could do 2 players with 4 bots against 6 bots. And then in the survival mode, the safeguard mode that I was talking about, that is a 4-player game, 4-player cooperative.
Okay. So we talked a little about the cooperation mode, but could you tell us something else about the multiplayer? I mean, you are coming with Call of Duty Ghosts with a completely new gameplay mode, Blitz. Mm-hmm. And what exactly Blitz gonna be?
Sure. So Blitz it's 2 teams, and any person on your team is a scoring person. So some people have kind of said it's more like a tower defense. Some people looked at it and played it and felt it's more like a capture the flag without the flag. And essentially, you have a spot on your side and your opponents have a spot on their side. Your goal is to get characters into that spot for points and to stop them from getting into your spot. So it's pretty tactical in that you have to watch all these areas of which way people are coming, and any person on that other team could be scoring. So you really need to have good defense, but also at the same time you obviously need to score. So that's it in a big picture. Does that make sense?
It's a little fantastic, but from the other hand, I'm a little unrealistic, like Dishonored with the blink skill.
I was going to say, I think that there are some game modes that are purely game modes, right? And I think that our primary thing is to make it fun. So if it's something that we enjoyed, or that the guys at Infinity Ward really felt confidence in the fun, that's the most important thing. So I think the fact that it's a game is the important side of it.
Okay, so and what about the other multiplayer modes? I mean, Cranked and Search and Rescue. Who the gamers gonna rescue in this mode exactly?
So Search and Rescue, I guess you rescue your teammates. It's Search and Destroy is a pretty classic hardcore game mode, but as soon as you're shot, you're out of the mode, and you spend the rest of the time watching. We wanted to give players the ability to have a little more tactical depth. So let's say you're on my team and I get taken out. You can grab my dog tags. I'll drop dog tags. You could bring me back into the game. Conversely, if the enemy touches my tags, I'm out. So I can still be taken out. It just adds a little bit more of a tactical side. Do you shoot your opponent and wait in the hopes that his teammates will try to rescue him, or her teammates will try to rescue her, or do you just grab it to keep him out of the game? So it's just one extra level of a little more tactics in there.
Okay. And you are going to bring more skins for the dog with the DLC, or not?
Still no. We haven't talked DLC at all, so I can't even talk about that.
So maybe my last question, but I hope one of the most important for the Polish community of Call of Duty. For years, a publisher for your games was LAM, and that changed this year, and temporarily the publisher of your games is I think CDP. It's publishing also the games of Blizzard. So you're thinking that this will be the publisher for the next game, or you can't tell us that?
I don't know that, to be honest. That's a business side thing. I really don't. I wish I could. I would love to, but I don't have that information. Maybe it's something we could find out, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. So that's all from me, and thank you for the conversation. And of course, I'm looking forward to play the game again.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.